Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Manutd edition. And today we have breaking news, not exactly breaking news for transfer players for United. It's absolutely the complete opposite. United's young starlet from the academy, Mason Greenwood, has been accused of domestic violence to his girlfriend, Harriet Robson. Pictures have circulated, videos, recordings have all circulated via social media. We are not here to judge anyone. Most of us as United fans are surprised, slightly disappointed, and just hope for the best. And what most United fans are hoping it's not true, but the evidence is it's what it is. Today, I'm joined with Vimal representing UK. Vimal, welcome to the show, mate.
Hey guys, how are you?
Oh, well, what a Sunday, eh? We're representing Houston Red Army. We have Joe, the soul man, the peacemaker. Joe, welcome back.
What's going on, man?
All right, and we have Bems, the controversial one. We haven't seen him for a while. He's been doing his daddy duties. Welcome back to the show, mate. How are you, mate?
Doing good, man. Doing good. What's up? What's up?
Right. We'll get right into it.
Ben's got a new acquisition in the house.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there it is. That's what's up, Joe.
As we've all heard, social media has been ringing in our ears. There's no page you turn to. They're not talking about Mason. Even the channels that don't talk about Man United all have Mason Green plastered on the thumbnails. Well, Vimo, you're in UK. The situation is clear as it is. None of us condone domestic violence. Where are we with this situation, Mason Greenwood?
Pretty shocking, actually. I mean, I knew that there was something up with Mason. You know, he clearly had some issues underlying, but we didn't know what it was. I mean, you can see the way he plays on the pitch, the way he doesn't listen to certain players, to certain experienced players on the team like Ronaldo and Cavani and so on. But I didn't realize, I was quite shocked to see this type of behavior, if it is proven to be true. I'm not seeing a lot of stuff on BBC News in the UK here at the moment. So I think the club is trying to keep things under wraps. Obviously, there's been a massive explosion on the internet, on Instagram. And let's see how it unfolds. But apparently, Harriet Robson's father was an ex-copper, ex-policeman.
Oh, damn.
And he's given his statement already.
Oh, damn.
So Mason could be in some real trouble.
So we're dealing with an old bill
dead,
already.
Man. They're gonna bury him under Parliament, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, Vimo, have Sky Sports covered anything? Have Sky Sports carried it?
I haven't been watching Sky Sports all day, but I haven't seen anything yet. I think Manchester, with the powers it has in this country, will try and contain this as much as possible. There's going to be a lot of damage limitation going on, but social media, no one can control that. No. So I think that's where it's all going to be leaking.
Right, Joe, how are we with this now? Mason Greenwood, he was arrested, he was detained. The accusations, the videos out. What's your take on this so far?
Man, first of all, I hope the girl is okay. This day and age, this is an abhorrent behavior by somebody that young. From what I don't. Okay, so like I'm still trying to get some of the facts down. I don't know if this is. I've heard a situation where this is something that happened back in 2020 and United swept it under the rug, or is it something that just recently happened and she dropped it? Either way, this is, totally unacceptable. I feel like the club has done well by taking him off the team, off practice, off the training. He really shouldn't be playing. I mean, I'm sure there's something in his contract that says you can't be a fucking animal to women. So that his contract is pretty much done. And if we're looking at the football side of things, at the end of the day, it's unfortunate that we just happened to get rid of two wingers a day before this happens. But he needs to get his time in court and hopefully see some jail time if it turns out that all of these allegations.
Right. Bemsy, Mason Greenwood, this situation currently, we've heard, I mean, it is what it is. As it stands now, what's your take so far?
Man, it's really shocking, man. It's shocking information. I was surprised. I was like, I thought it was like a joke, to be honest with you. I was like, and then to hear the audio and all that stuff, and I mean, this looked like, yeah, it's something that happened. What was it, last year? Because it looked like there was from the time stamp on the thing, looked like was like sometime October last year or something like that. But it's definitely, if that happened then, it's obviously probably happened so many times before that, and
Yeah.
maybe even after that. And then it's like, man, Mason Greenwood. There's always, just like what Vermont said before this, Mason Greenwood has just had this aggressive, like, what's the word? Like, he's just
I can't be bothered
he
attitude.
yeah, exactly. I can't be
Yeah.
bothered. I just, like, he just had, like, he wasn't that way his first season. But all of a sudden, as in this season, you could tell, like, there's a difference. There's something going on with him. Even like, yeah, we've all complained about is in the way he plays on the pitch. He doesn't like to pass. He doesn't like to pass to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo making, now you can, like, going back to that Ronaldo's interview when he was making those statements about, like, the younger players. He's definitely talking about Mason Greenwood. Like, you could, but man, this is sad, man. This is sad. If this is true, man, Mason Greenwood has just messed up his career. This is a young, talented guy that has the world at his feet. Like, this guy could literally be like the next, is in one of the top, is it like top best players in the next few years if he was really consistent. And now, if this is true, he's just blown it away. And now looking at United, we're short wingers now. We don't have, I mean, we just let Martial go. Diallo's gone. So what do we do? Like, is in depth wise, we're going, like, we don't really have the depth that we had now. Is in Donny's gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Pogba's gonna come back. Pogba knows he's out in the summer. Lingard, I mean, he might be going. I mean, this is like, is in this
On the
no
football
joke. This
side,
is not good for you.
on the
It's
football
it's
side,
bad.
it
It's
is a
bad.
real put United in a very tight spot, which will now force United to
It's
do a rush job for tomorrow's deadline.
But you think they would, though? Do you think they would? Do you think United is good at, like, getting stuff done within
They
that
ended up
period
getting
of time?
Pelistri and
But-
Diallo and Cavani on the last day. Remember?
But we can recall loan
Yeah.
players. You know, we
Oh,
can
you
recall
can
loan
you can
players.
recall,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
Okay,
that.
so
Yeah,
even
true.
can we recall somebody after like one game? I know Diallo just scored over the weekend.
No, he's
Take
like,
him back.
no, I'm fine here. I'm fine here. And
The only-
Marcel would like, thanks,
Martial
but
would
no
say
thanks.
no.
Marcel would say no.
ain't
Martial
coming
won't
back.
come
The
back.
only person I
Martial
could
not
say
coming back.
that would probably come back would be Diallo, because Diallo would. That's the only other person.
Yeah,
But
Marcel
Marcel's
would
gonna
say
no.
no way. He's like, are
He's
you
gonna
guys?
say no. That guy's gone.
Marcel would actually
What
tell
about
them,
that
is this
Pelistri
a
kid?
joke? Is this some kind of April Fool's
Pelistri?
joke?
Yeah.
Pelistri, he's somewhere, isn't he?
He's somewhere else, but Ragnick has not even seen him. He's not trained with the team, so I don't think I don't think it's either Martial or Diallo, because at least Diallo is trained with the team.
Right.
You've seen Diallo train, so
No,
man, it's
Sancho
just
needs to be
messy.
on the right anyway.
But
Yeah.
as it is now with this lady who was bloodied and battered, it's, I mean, I hope she recovers from it. However, when it was done, a man should not be beating a woman. I mean, that's just a coward.
Yeah.
It's a coward. There's no excuse.
That's not acceptable. Yeah, no
No
excuse for
matter
that.
what, you just walk away. Be a man and walk away, regardless, because it takes one wrong move and it could go the far left, and you'll be looking at murder, mate. So I always say, just step out. As it is now, I think United have, like Bimo said, and the news, they've suspended him from all United games. He's going to be till further notice. United say they don't condone domestic violence. I hope they stand by what they say. They're not going to cover this up, because at the end of the day, as you know, the women's rights have already started to start. They've already gathered themselves, like, you know what, privileged footballers, they get away, and they're going to be on this. They will be on it.
Yeah. Oh, this
Understand?
It's a wrap. Even if you take away the Manchester United career aspect of it, his life is done. You know,
he's done.
His whole entire life playing football. He's gonna have to go play, I don't know, Saudi Arabia or something, where they can
join
like that
Igalo
on the door. Yeah.
You know, sentencing in the UK for rape is 20 years to life.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah, and when you've
Wait,
got
wait, wait.
a
Is that for regular folks or is that for athletes? Because
well,
you know there's
it's just the
different rules.
Crown
You know,
prosecution
the rules are
services
different.
sentencing guidelines. So whatever you are, even if you're a
Damn.
celebrity or not, those are the
Yo.
guidelines. And then you have
'Cause you know-
mitigation. So mitigation can reduce your time.
You can
served.
reduce the time, so you could probably do
Yeah.
out of 20, you could probably do 10
So-
or 8 or 5 for
Yes.
good
So
behavior.
this really hinges on how far Harriet and her father pushed this. You know, are they after a massive payout or are they really out to hurt Mason?
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
she
Yeah.
can always withdraw her charges and say, you know, I instigated the fight or something like that, and then the prosecution case falls apart.
I mean, I can't imagine that if it was going for money that he didn't pay it off. Like how do you not pay the money? Like
Yeah.
she got you by the balls. She's got
Yeah.
him like right here. You know. And
Oh yeah,
if it's
Mason
about
Greenwood
money-
jump on. Mhm. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
I mean, if it's about money, then you can't imagine a world where this coming out is any way, shape, or form better than paying the money. Just pay the money.
Pay the
You know,
money,
he
yeah.
still has he still
Yeah.
has a peak. He's not getting paid that much right now, but I'm sure his next contract is going to be pretty lucrative.
Yeah.
You know, if we're looking at the whole business aspect of it, you know, whatever. And if it was one of those kind of situations where they would rather get paid than prosecute him, you know, it is what you know that puts.
But think about it, but what happens to his career though? Even though if he, let's say, he decides to pay,
It'll be done. It'll be done.
I mean, there is a
The only way
possibility.
he could survive is if he paid and nobody found out. That's the only way.
It's so difficult.
Sponsorships alone are done.
Yeah, well, Nike have already released a statement because actually, why have Nike done it? It's Adidas as the current sponsor, isn't it?
Yes.
It could be his own personal. He could have his own.
Nike have also released a statement.
Oh, dang.
Interesting.
They say
Because he wears Nike boots, right? He wears Nike boots and Adidas sponsor the team.
Possibly, yeah.
What did they release these statements for?
Just the same thing that you know, he's been accused of rape and sexual assault. Interesting thing about this, right? Do you know what the value of Mason Greenwood is at the moment? Sorry, prior to this all happening, he's rated between 120 to 131 million pounds, and is the 5th most valuable player in Europe. So imagine how much the club is going to lose because of this.
he was like around 120 million.
Yeah, 5th most valuable player in Europe.
Young player under 25. Well, I mean, this is what I'm saying. I mean, it comes down to.
That's just pissing.
It comes down to you got to always use your brain. Don't get me wrong. People snap, yeah, but you have to really just have to know how to control yourself. Honestly, you just have to know how to control yourself. People like him in the spotlight like this, it's even harder, and I get it. But at this point, he needs counseling. He really needs counseling for if like that violence there. That's unacceptable. I'm sorry. I've got sister. I've got that.
The audio alone is like, bro, are you serious? You are a professional. Like, why is that conversation even happening though? Like, if people need to understand, and the reason why that was happening, that was ego. You know, if you understand who you are, you understand what you can do. That's not even a conversation you should be having with a girl. If she doesn't want to, you know, do whatever. Bro,
exactly. It's like when a woman and now I will tell this to any man listening. Regardless.
Are you recording this, Tim?
Yeah.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Yeah. If a woman says no, it's no. It's
no. It's like, but it's not.
No,
like
it's simple. When a woman says no, it's no. Just go or move along. Hello.
Yeah.
But that indicates that he really does have some mental personal issues because he's very quiet generally from what we see.
You know what?
And he's taken out aggression.
The quiet ones are the most dangerous.
Yeah, he's an aggressive.
Yeah, but he's taken out aggression elsewhere. And so if the club doesn't know that he's got these internal issues that he's not being able to resolve, and he's not telling anyone, then it's all going to start boiling underneath. You know, when people who don't release
Oh yeah,
what's
they
that saying,
snap.
when you don't you
You bottle it all in.
you bottle it all up, and that's what he's been doing. He seems like he's been doing this for a little while, and then he's getting criticism at the club, and he's getting criticism elsewhere. He's getting criticism in the media, and it's all boiling and boiling and building up.
Remember the England situation when he got thrown out of the England camp for disobeying COVID thing. He broke the COVID and he was sent home. He was never called back to the camp. Southgate and Ole said they don't think he's ready to come back. So he needs to kind of grow up. He wasn't in the Euro squad, even though he should have been in that squad.
And the thing is, at 20, you're not even mature enough to kind of deal with these things psychologically, because they're just not, haven't had enough life experience to deal with this trauma and these issues. And he's just bottling stuff up for too long.
Do you think the club provides?
I think they would. They would, but they need to be aware of it.
I don't see how the club doesn't. I don't see how the club does not provide mental health assistance to their players. You basically have these assets. They're investments. Manchester United has invested in this kid for years.
Yes. He joined the club at 6 years old.
Yes.
He joined at 6.
You can get the best medical staff to make sure they're great, physically they're developed well, and not apply that same ethos to the mental side. If that's the case, that would be a huge fail by the club. And at the same time, Mason also has to look at, let's not just put this on the club. He's still a man. He's still his own individual self.
You're right, Joe.
He should have been able to recognize that he has some issues that needs to be sorted out, and he should have gone himself and seek help. I hope he finally gets help.
I hope he finally gets help.
It's not even like it's a confidential situation. I know the mental health it's a stigma amongst certain communities. So, but at the same time, you gotta take care of yourself, man. If you're hurt, right, you go to a doctor. You go to a physical therapist. And it's not like you don't have the money to do it. He has the money and the access to some of the best talent out there, and for him to ignore that, then it's got to be on him. There's only so much we can put that young youth moniker on him. He's 20 years old. There's 20-year-olds right now that are fighting wars. Like when I was 19, I was off in Iraq. So
damn.
Don't
Vimo, did you know Joe was in the army?
Oh, I didn't know. What'd you
do? Marines.
Marine? Are you seriously?
Let me tell you. Oh, he wasn't in the army. He was in the Marines.
Don't do it. Yeah. Army is different from Marines, man. It's two different things.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How long were you there for? How long were you there for?
4.5 years. 4.5 years. I did 2 tours in Iraq. So at that age, I already knew, the maturity level has to be there enough. So unless he's been coddled his entire life and he just has not developed mentally the whole time, then that's on him and his family, unfortunately. But he's not the only 20-year-old in the world of football. He's not the only 20-year-old that's playing at that high level, so, and we're not hearing stories from anyone else. So, but
if he's got issues, he needs to be mature enough just to reach out to someone and say, look, man, I'm having these thoughts, or I'm having this feelings of aggression towards my partner, or I need to talk to someone and get these feelings out. And he needs to be able to reach out to someone. And I don't know if he ever did.
I don't even know who is it. It doesn't look like he's close to who. I don't see him with literally anyone. He looks like he's a loner. I mean, I know Lingard and Rashford are tight, but I don't see Mason with anyone.
I think one of his friends committed suicide last year. Right?
Yeah, that happened. Yeah.
He had gotten in trouble with Phil Foden
for the England thing.
The England team.
And they got kicked out.
I would imagine he's a little bit closer, and I would imagine he's a little bit closer to some of the academy players that he played with. I don't know if he talks to Chong or but then you should also have your own friends that you grew up with. You should have family
that
He
members.
age,
definitely
though,
has friends.
at that age, do you think they talk about this kind of stuff? They kind of
No,
brush
they
it under the
don't.
carpet, isn't it? They're
It's all
too.
Oh, they,
about
It's
no,
too
no, it's
embarrassing to
not.
talk
no,
about.
it's
No, they
embarrassing to
talk
talk
about
about.
this stuff.
It's
They
cars
talk about
and
They
it.
do.
cars and clothes and
They
stuff,
talk
mate.
about it.
They talk
Come on.
Yeah,
about
this is
this
sad.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, they talk about it.
Yeah,
It's
you know what
very,
they
very
talk about.
sad though.
Yeah. So as it's
Yeah.
Bems,
Yeah.
I mean, we can't convict someone until he's been proven guilty. And we
Yep.
can see all the evidence, overwhelming. If he's found guilty, say he's found guilty, and just stand in the middle now. If he's found guilty, do you think his career is over?
Oh, it's done. It's done. His career is done with, man. He's not. I don't see him playing for Manchester United again, man. Even as it is right now. See the fact that look, those even if he's not found guilty, but man, isn't that evidence is really damning though. Like the audio, that's his voice. If you heard Mason Greenwood talk, that it sounds like Mason Greenwood. Oh man, and it's just man, his career is done. And for me as a fan, it's sad because I really wanted to see this guy flourish, man. He has potential.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's sad. It's sad for the girl. You know what I'm saying? Like no woman isn't ever go through that. Domestic violence is
She's
not
20, about the
acceptable.
same age, right?
So,
About 2019.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the thing is, there's
Yeah,
another similar
he's
case
young.
with on the other side of Manchester, Benjamin Mendy. So
yeah,
he
yeah,
was
Mendy's
he
in the
was
same situation
accused
too.
of a series of sexual offences.
That dude was
Whereas-
wilding the fuck out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
Mendy's not featured for City this season, pretty much.
No,
I think City have
And,
sent him packing, right? Haven't they sent him
I
packing?
think there's something back in. Like, that
Nah,
dude
he's
wilding
in
out.
jail.
Like,
He's in
out
jail
of
right
yeah,
now.
but he was initially
out of
sent to Liverpool prison, and he had fears for his safety, so they transferred him to a Manchester prison. They felt a little bit safer.
Wow, that's crazy.
Where's the rivalry that crazy?
That's funny.
Yeah, even in prison.
He feared for his safety because of the
In a
rivalry.
Liverpool
They've
prison.
got the Liverpool fans who hate City,
Wow.
and they'll take and for what he committed,
Yeah.
the opportunity to take him
Oh
out.
yeah,
So they have to take
they
him back
would-
to Manchester.
they will slice him in different directions. But
Hey,
even
hey, let me ask,
you
Oh,
know
wow.
what's his name Guilford Sigurdsson, that Sigurdsson dude in Everton.
Yeah,
He's the same
Yeah.
situation too.
rape.
He's been arrested
for real?
since. Yeah, rape. Yeah. He's his rape. He's been so it's a Sigurdsson, it's Mendy, now it's Greenwood, in the similar
Now-
situations. Yeah,
I'm sure there's a lot
Now-
more.
Yeah.
It seems to
I-
happen
I-
a lot
I-
with
I- I
I totally
footballers.
agree. I
Power
totally
and
agree.
money and status.
even CR7 had a little situation a couple of months ago that got dismissed, but you know,
But
Who?
that was something they
CR7?
said that happened 10 years or 15 years ago.
No, that shit is old, Joe.
yes, that.
That
Yeah,
stuff is
I-
old. Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's old, but it's still a situation. Oh, that's
yeah,
all.
the
I'm saying.
situation. But the thing about with CR7's on, right? His is, I mean, well, apparently it didn't affect him. It didn't affect his career. It wasn't that serious. So, I mean, his wasn't like Mason
Speaking of-
Greenwood. Okay, like there's no evidence. There is no clear evidence that's in the
Yeah.
public that you know what I'm saying. So that's what that went in CR7's favor. For Mason Greenwood, ooh, bro, is it that audio, man? Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Vimo,
Mason,
Yeah.
Mason right now needs to cut a check to Everton Football Club because right now all Sky News can talk about is Frank Lampard. Like that is dominating their,
Frank Lampard, what did Frank Lampard do?
news feed. Frank Lampard's been.
He's Everton
appointed-
manager.
oh, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
Him?
yeah.
That's-
I know it's crazy.
That's who Donny's gonna be
What?
playing for.
Who gave you that?
Yeah.
It's your
Happy birthday.
birthday. I mean,
It's Sohan's birthday.
okay,
You know
tell
that
him
our
happy birthday, your
Liverpool,
nephew.
our Liverpool friend, he just turned up, and that's what he was given by his girlfriend.
Oh man, that's
So
he's,
funny.
he's
Mo-
20 as well, funnily enough.
Okay, you gotta be careful now.
I better talk to him. Say, listen,
Oh,
you
you
want to
better
talk about
give
the
me the
birds and the
talk.
bees?
Yeah, you better
Be
give that
nice.
talk.
Be nice to the birds.
They say no is no. Just keep stepping, mate. Keep
Exactly. When
stepping.
no means no.
Right.
So
Vimo, so
Ben-
where
yeah.
are we with this? What do you think? If he's found guilty,
So-
is he done?
the thing is, they might show him some leniency, and I think he
No.
can afford the best lawyers in the country. You can hire QCs here, QCs, Queen's Counsel, best barristers you can ever get. And
We're talking
the
100K.
English legal system. Well, I mean, he can afford it. He's earning
Are they-
300,000 a
Are
month.
they sorcerers?
Sorcerers, no,
Is that-
but
He's gonna need some
QCs
fucking
are
magic, man.
QCs are the best in the business, and that's probably what he's going to be getting. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of mitigation. He's a young kid. He had some issues. His friend died. Mitigation will help him a lot.
They'll put in some stuff to make it look like,
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, but
And
he probably won't
also
get a
he's a
huge
young.
term.
And what's on his side is his age. The judges here don't want to lock away a young boy who's got so much promising talent. They want to slap him on the wrist and say, look, you can't do this shit anymore. You can't treat women like this. If you got issues, you got to get regular counseling every week. This is going to be part of your probation plan, and you're going to be
I can see that.
reporting
I
to
can
a
see that
probation
happening.
officer for the next 3 years, and you're going to get some serious counseling, some rape counseling, some sexual counseling, whatever it is. And I think he may avoid prison because, unlike Mendy is being accused of 7 accounts of rape, whereas this is
I
Mason's
thought it was
first.
3. Shit.
Yeah, he says 7
That
counts
was a
of
loose
rape.
cannon, that one.
Yeah, so I think he may avoid prison, and maybe his career can be saved, but it really depends on the judges and his QCs.
Wow. Joe, round me up.
Hey, man, forget Mason. We need a central defensive midfielder ASAP, man. Like this whole I hate that this news came out because now it's completely taken the air out of the room as far as our ability to get somebody to improve this team.
100%,
Yes.
man. 100%.
Yeah.
Like so now it's like that's not. Oh man, I wish the fan base doesn't lose focus and start talking about Mason Greenwood. Okay, that's happened. That he needs to go to jail, whatever. Let's sort that out. But Jesus Christ, man, this team keeps getting away with this shit over and over and over. And this transfer window, what do we have? A day?
You heard about that. It's tomorrow. It shuts down tomorrow, mate. It's over
Yeah,
tomorrow
tomorrow,
midnight.
31st.
Tomorrow midnight.
I think some deals will be sort of churning in the background. They just keep it quiet because they know other clubs like to sabotage our deals.
Please.
I think
No one's
something will
sabotaging
happen
our deals,
tomorrow.
but no
Man,
one wants
Lamar,
to-
You know,
what they need to do-
importantly,
Lamar, you're really positive. You're very positive.
I have to be, man. Age has taught me to be positive.
Yo, Baba, you telling me this team that has like leaks out the wazoo, we have not been able to secretly, well, except for Cristiano.
How many
That's-
deals do we do in the 13th hour historically? So
That's what
many.
I'm saying.
They keep
And
it
the funny
quiet, and
thing
then
is,
you know
they've been
we
making all
signed
this
we signed
stuff like,
Fellaini.
look,
Wow, yeah, big deal. Do you remember that?
And when we signed Igalo, remember?
Yeah, the last few minutes. So I think Manchester United, and you touched upon this earlier, Joe, and it's an excellent point. They have to be looking after their assets. You've got a 131 million pound player that they've allowed to self-destruct like this. So the club needs to start taking on some responsibility, bringing in the right people to coach these kids, nurture these kids in the right way. Counseling and development. You're taking a young boy, the child's mind from to millionaire status. He's going to get taken advantage of. People are going to be. They know where the money is. People come after them. The club needs to start doing things to look after these academy graduates and
the crazy thing is I don't know why clubs or any franchise does not invest in this thing. Like, how much is it going to cost for you to invest in a player to play? It's peanuts compared to the potential losses that you get if things go awry. So let's say you pay somebody 250K euros a year to just look after the players. Somebody's like, whose job is just to run around, just, hey, how you doing? You doing good? Talk to them on social media.
Someone who can talk to confidentiality stuff.
Just a professional hey, you need a ride? Call me.
I would take
Yeah.
150,000 a year, and I could do the job for them. One-on-one
Are
session.
you
We can do
qualified?
virtual. Oh, very qualified, mate. I got my certs,
I can
mate.
see him in London with
Did
his
you
hat
download it off
talking about,
We could
Google?
do it virtual. I would go. We zoom in, and you pour your heart, and I'll point your pointers where your fears are, where you could go better, where it could make you feel
Straight up.
Make you, bring out the talent you have and stop messing around.
Yeah.
I'll tell you straight.
Yeah.
If you want to go cry,
They
then
could be
that's-
like they could be like boosters,
Yeah.
Just it could be somebody off the books. Just pay somebody off the books, man, to just watch after these kids. That's it. You
Yeah.
keep them away from social media. You keep them, from doing dumb stuff. You keep things from getting bigger than what it's supposed to. Like, it's easy, man. Just pay. I don't get it. But they're like, oh, we're just
And
gonna.
the lockdown
I think
didn't
with
help.
them-
The lockdown didn't help most of them.
No. But like Joe, you
Yeah.
served in the Marines, right? And there's a lot of people coming back from the war with PTSD, and a lot of these guys, they suffer for a long time. I don't know what kind of support they get when they come back, but
In
there is
America,
counseling,
Joe,
right?
it's a bit rough, isn't it? The support for
It's
veterans.
okay. It's
For
okay.
some.
It's gotten a lot better. It's gotten a lot better. It's one of those kind of situations where they just want to make sure you don't kill yourself, right? So
Or kill others.
Or kill others, because nobody wants that situation where it would seem like they sought help, but the Veterans Administration wasn't able to provide it or provide it in time. So they're doing a lot better. Every little thing, if you go to the VA for an ankle injury, they'll be like, hey, are you good mentally though? They're always asking you about that, so they just want to make sure you good, brother? Okay.
Yeah.
So they're doing a lot better than what it was.
Well,
a lot of people don't actually say, if I ask you, are you doing well? You're just going to say yes. That's the default
most
answer.
people,
So maybe they should be doing
Yeah.
some like psychometric testing or something for the players that they don't actually understand what the questions are, but they indicate something, a problem there. You've seen these psychological tests where they ask some really random questions, but deep down, underlying, there's an evaluation going on. And maybe they should do that for all the players at the club. Start doing it, periodically, every month or so. What do you think?
Because some of them,
I agree.
Are very private. I get it, but some of them just want to talk to someone other than your teammates, someone who's, who's just a neutral person. Like, go and sit on someone's couch and tell your whole life to them and let them see whether they can pack it together for you. So especially those who don't. Someone like Donny, I think he would need some motivational speeches going into a new club, because it must be very demoralizing. 1-2 managers are saying, bro, you're not good enough. We're gonna do a thing on Wednesday. Would you call Donny a flop or not a flop? We're gonna discuss this. Think about it. We're gonna have it on Wednesday.
Okay.
All right. I already know what I'm thinking, but it is. I know United know how to turn players from great to the opposite on the other scale of the ruler. I know how they are. So
the question is, did Oli make him flop?
The thing is,
how does a good player go to become a player nobody thinks is good enough? See what I mean?
Yeah. It's and to me,
it's mismanaged.
And at the end of the day, exactly, it's mismanagement and not giving the player a freaking chance.
So
you never got a chance.
Would you say Diallo was a flop?
The thing is,
Diallo's not. I mean,
he's not.
Diallo's not a flop.
Diallo's a flop. No, not at all.
He's not a flop. He's not been given a chance. They've not been given a chance.
Flop.
Huh?
Martial.
If Martial's a flop, to be honest with you, I'm leaning towards Martial being a flop. I'm a Martial fan. I'm leaning towards him being a flop because he hasn't fulfilled that full potential at United. Is one season hot.
Considering he's played under 5 managers. 5 managers.
See, well, okay. Here's my thing with Martial though. Like I get he hasn't fully got to his full potential, but at the same time, you can't blame him where there were times when he had spurts of great performances, but then the team, the organization, fucked him up.
Sanchez coming in.
Bringing in Sanchez
coming in, yeah.
It was
meant,
we expect greatness to always show up, right? But
Yeah.
sometimes you got to create
But-
an environment for greatness to grow.
True.
You
Yeah, Joe, you got a point though. He's you look at like Martial has not been given the full, like he's been always having something going against him, which is not fair to him. But at the
I
same
get it.
time, I'm a Martial, but at the same time, when there's competition for your spot,
Mm.
you got to show that no, this is
Right,
my
right,
spot. Like you have
right.
to fight. Like Martial is known for when there's
Giving up.
competition for his spot, he gives up, and that's the thing
Yeah.
that I don't like. That's the thing. That's
So
the
you're
that's
gonna
the
say
issue
he's
there.
a flop.
It's,
Me,
it's too
it's-
easy for him.
It's
I was
hard.
easily-
It's hard for me to say Martial is a flop. It's hard.
He
Yeah,
quite.
flop is in
I
the-
don't.
Flop is in
he
the
quite
same category as
easily-
Di Maria.
Oh, that was a
Di-
flop.
Di- Yeah.
You think Di Maria was a flop?
I think he
Oh,
was.
he
Yeah.
was a flop.
Yeah.
He was
He
a
only
flop.
played what, one season, right? One season, and he said he don't want to come back
Yeah.
when he went on tour.
But what? That was with
Falcao.
LVG, right? That was when
Yes.
LVG
Yeah,
was
with
around.
LVG. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the
Apparently,
striker we
Falcao.
had with LVG, who was always injured, but short guy? I forgot his name. He played-
Falcao, right? Falcao,
Yeah.
wasn't it
Was he a
Falcao?
flop?
Yeah.
Falcao.
Falcao was a flop. Falcao
Yeah.
was a flop, man. That's a straight flop.
Wow, straight
Januzaj, flop.
That's cold, bro. That's just cold.
That's a straight
Mkhitaryan,
flop, man.
Flop.
Mkhitaryan was a flop. too.
Sanchez a flop.
Sanchez,
That was one of
biggest
the,
flop.
Sanchez,
Yeah.
one of the biggest flop ever.
We're gonna
Biggest
hold that.
flop we've had
We're
in-
gonna
in
start
10
with
years.
Piano
Mason on
player.
Wednesday. We're gonna start with
The-
what's his name?
What a way to be a flop by playing a piano. Like, what the hell? Get out of here, man.
He's talented,
This
bro.
dude-
That's talent. Remo, tell them playing the piano in England. That is classical,
Oh,
mate.
it's
That
very,
is
very
that's
talented skill
classy.
to have.
That's
I mean,
classy.
all public school children are learning the piano. It's
Yeah,
it's a key
it's
skill to
classy,
have.
mate. It's just that he
I
spent
can
more
play
time on
piano.
that than on the field.
I can play piano. I can play
let's-
piano.
let's
That's
hear
not
some.
not special.
If there's a correlation between being a great player and playing the piano, then
Oh,
I think
man.
Cristiano must be a genius, right? And Cristiano must be, Cristiano or Messi must be like the best piano
Yeah.
players in the world, right?
There's
No,
there's
Sanchez
a new
was a flop. That's
there's a
They're playing a lot.
Cristiano's I don't know if it's his wife. Is it Georgina?
yeah.
She's got
Yeah.
a series on Netflix at
Mm.
the moment.
Oh, for real?
Oh, she does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's
Oh.
It's
Right.
Cristiano in it?
Did you guys know she was a sales assistant in a shop in Spain? I think in the Prada shop, and that's how they met. She was a sales assistant. From sales assistant to that, that's a big jump.
Hey.
she bagged the biggest sale of her life.
Oh, yeah, that's
Hey.
and she's about to drop
Damn.
she's about to drop Cristiano another baby. So
Yeah.
Hey.
Man, life
Why
is
not?
good for Cristiano Ronaldo, man.
Yeah.
Life
That's
is good
real
for that
good.
guy.
That's
and
good.
people
This is-
and people connected to him.
Yeah.
Yes, true. That guy has so much. He has like over 300 million followers on Instagram. Like,
That's
how
amazing.
how is that possible, man? How is that possible?
Well, I don't know, mate.
You know, did you hear
Like,
the story about
see-
him? Sorry, go on, Benz.
So just a quick one. The population
Yeah.
of the United States, right, is around, what is it, Joe? Do you
250
know? Is it
million.
it's like
about
what?
328, 350.
So Cristiano Ronaldo has
I know.
the population of the United States
the
following
USA.
him.
Like
Just-
can
just-
you imagine?
Just think about that. Oh man.
That's
Sorry,
messed up,
Vermont.
mate.
Go ahead, Vermont.
So I don't know if you heard of the story, but Cristiano, when he was growing up in Madeira, obviously poor family, his father was an alcoholic, but he was obsessed with football, and they used to go to this yard or whatever it was near home and play football every day. And they were so poor they couldn't even buy any food. So him and his friends used to gather around a McDonald's in Madeira, where at the end of the day, any food that they haven't sold, they would either bin it or just give it away. And all the kids would go to the behind the McDonald's late at night. And there was this one lady that would always give him and his friend the free burgers just so he could feed himself after playing football. I think he put out a social media post or something like that to say, I want to locate this woman to thank her because she fed me every day after football. And he located her after 20, 30 years and he bought her a house.
Ooh.
It's generous, eh?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you see, people like him, they don't forget
That's
where they
touching, man.
came from.
That's touching.
the
That's
problem.
Mm.
They don't
Yeah.
forget where they came from, and that's what he's saying. Because when he came to United, he barely spoke English properly. He just lost his father. Even 6 months joining United, He was literally lost, even though his father was an alcoholic and his father used to work as a kit man for the youth team somewhere. But the mom would do so much just to make sure he had a kid to go and play.
Yeah.
It was that bad. Things were that tight, tough in
Yeah.
those days. Not these
She
guys.
she was the pillar of the family.
Yeah.
The father
Yeah.
was just all over the place.
He was all over the place.
Round of applause for all the moms out there for a lot of these players, man.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these players are from single family.
I'm
homes,
telling you,
man.
mate, 100%.
We automatically think it's the dads that's always taking them to practice and all
Nah.
that. There's a lot of moms doing the work out there, man. So props to them.
A lot of work.
Yep. Right.
Yeah.
On that
Definitely.
positive and beautiful note, we will see you guys on Wednesday when we have another debate. From us, it's goodbye and good night. Sad breaking news today with Mason Greenwood, but we'll just keep following the stories and see what happens and what's the next play in this horrific situation of a great Man United potential assistant. Vimal, thank you very much for joining us from UK. Thank you very much. Joe
Thank you, guys.
and Bems, thank you very much. I hope you guys are watching the NFL games. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Go
Yeah,
Chiefs.
Always. Why the Chiefs? What's the scoreline?
Man,
Yeah,
Go
if
Chiefs.
they end up losing that game,
They ain't
I'm
losing
coming
that
for
game.
you.
Mahomes
The
is doing
Chiefs?
some. He's doing some good.
Nah,
work there, so
Mahomes
don't
win
worry.
this game, man.
He's
Mahomes
winning.
win
They're
this
going
game,
to
man.
Super
They
Bowl.
win.
I haven't even checked the
Oh,
score.
yeah. 21-10. Chiefs
What
lead.
quarter? What
Third
quarter?
Third quarter. Just
Third
started the
quarter.
third quarter.
It's over,
Yeah.
man. I hope it's over.
Yeah.
Nah,
No. It's not over yet.
It's not over yet.
but-
It's not over
It's
yet.
not
Yeah,
even
because
NFL football is anything.
Burrow's a pretty good.
Yeah, because
he's-
Patriots versus Falcons is still a memory in my head. So it's not over.
Okay.
Is this
See, the fat
American
ladies-
football?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's American football. Yeah.
Okay.
Because so what it is like, they have two divisions from say East and West. The two teams are fighting on this side. So the two winners, like two semifinals, will now meet for the Super Bowl in 3 weeks' time. Yeah, it's like two FA
So-
Cup finals. Yeah,
East Coast meets West Coast.
yeah. And for that example, the winners of that side will now meet for the Super Bowl.
Like the Reds meet Blues.
No,
Like
Tim, you're thinking about it like basketball. No, but in the NFL, imagine if there are two leagues. Imagine if the Premier League and the Championship were in the same league, right? And depending on your where the team resides geographically, they put them in conferences, and then the team it's like a playoff type system where the best team in each conference goes to a set of playoffs, and the best team on one league goes and plays the best team of the other league.
I see.
So
Interesting.
It's
So it gives
so
everyone a chance to prove themselves from different leagues.
yeah. Like both times when the Giants won the league, we barely made it into the playoffs, and then we went and won the Super Bowl. America loves the ability to, even though you're down and out, you're not out of the count. You still can pull through and turn things around. That's why.
Have you seen the life of Aaron Hernandez on Netflix?
Yes, he played for the Patriots.
Yeah, so he had a $40 million contract, and then he was gangbanging, and they did an autopsy in his brain, and he suffers from this thing. I've forgotten what it was, where a lot of American footballs, because of all the head trauma, it damages the part of the brain. Do you remember what that was called? That condition? Hey?
CTE.
CTE. That's it.
Yeah, CTE. Yeah.
So it's quite a bad condition because
Will Smith did the
American
movie
football's
on that.
quite rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Will Smith did the movie on it, but the NFL
Yeah.
slammed the movie because it brought too much negativity to NFL.
But it is a real condition, and it does happen from head trauma. But the NFL, the American football is your main sport. So I think they would
do whatever it takes.
They want to shut down the CTE aspect because they want to keep the sport going.
Joe, you're about to say something.
That's kind of happening in soccer as well, because they're a lot of times they're trying to stop a lot of kids from heading the ball.
I noticed that.
Yeah, up to a certain age. Yeah.
The concussion protocol is like a real thing now. When two players go for headers, and you think about what's his name, played for Wolves a couple of years
Jimenez.
ago.
Jimenez.
Jimenez, yeah.
Definitely a situation. So it's something that's becoming more and more coming into the surface for international football, soccer.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah.
All right, gentlemen, we shall see you guys through the week and keep you posted. And we'll be following this story of Mason Greenwood as close as we can to update whatever's going on in Mason Greenwood's situation. All right, guys, have a nice Sunday. Good afternoon and good evening, Vimal. Thank you very much, Joe and
Take care.
Bems. Absolute pleasure again. See you guys soon. Don't forget to like, share,
See
and
you later.
subscribe. And we'll see you later. Take care. Goodbye. God
Yes,
bless.
sir. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah.